For example, we are here in Chamlimitang ground for our third episode of Know Your Players podcast. I'm Yotanamachu and I am joined here by our special guest, Renzin Wangmo, who is currently the defender of Thimphu Women FC. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start off our podcast by saying something about yourself.
I'm currently playing in Thimphu Women's FC as a center defense, and football say like 7 to 8 years SC, and my international matches the seven match say the domestic club match the lesser deal.
So recently you have been signed in with Thimphu Women FC Mala. How was the transition now? Were you able to adapt Mala?
Adapt the basic like in like all the players are from academy players, and ngachi chiki like we ngachi in same team na day like so this day junior na, so it's easy for me.
Like you had your colleagues, so you were easy to adapt.
Yeah.
So when did you make your first debut in professional football?
Like football na di hima chungugang di say dira di like achunyam chiratara football se wajong tele say like debut 2016 na ji Zonghak tournament 2015 na like Zonghak tournament pe mabate. Tenga na select ji Zonghak tournament na tele na level 2016 na academic na join bila tele 2016 level 2021 since na academic na deal.
So when did you join like Bhutangi local club la?
Like 2021 since ma de tele 2022 le ngai first club Parafsin na join be tele after that this year ngai Thimphu Women's FC.
So you have so much experience in football, Mula. So over the years, how has women's football changed over time?
Like hima in the academic na didal first time academic na didal like ngachi na de an tough ma de so ngachi training bini gidan le like so ground na jong ngachi ground reach up chap give the dampan sum telan bin de like ngachi Saturday Sunday sirang koshki be sirang baung tele evening na log ma one be til tatu di bajin tough to say be tele training ya ani ka score time less thagal training bini so changes and
so like it was better facilities, better trough mula. Not only that, the quality time investment mula. But not only that, previous players so in interviews, okay, they also said that the quantity of the players who participated in the selection mula has also increased la. What do you think about that?
And ngai thaila like ngachi ngai hemade like 19 players sam chidula academy tele nga hebe like 2016 na di 48 something deal, so tele nga di 60 plus di jila tele football semia less dadi women's football sem less.
So as you currently play Mola as a defender, so who do you think is one of the best defender in Bhutan?
Like for me, best defender the
Ngangara.
Bungi.
Ngangara. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Bungi. Yes. Bungi version the like ngai the Suku and Jamang children and film Kungi.
Do you think there is like what is the difference between you and them la? What makes them the best in Bhutan, in your perspective?
Kungi like ngai like ngai version the would do the lies ngai give up yung matla as give up any drive yung, but for them they
resilient.
Easily not give up.
They don't give up. She said, mother. Yes, in the previous podcast. So, listening to that, but more, how would you describe yourself in one word?
Like ngay one word na de nga strong be anbyang kasi like the footballer be ani kusko negative comment dia lesser me and this ngagi kasingo
Mentally, anyway.
mentally strong be de like amchi dem majimba tele comment list me this de baby
So you're able to like insulate more like other people get insult when they throw insult at you, you're unaffected by those insult more. Not only that, you are able to focus on the game more and more. It's quite admirable. So moving on, next, so everybody has an embarrassing moment in their life, Mola. Would you like to share one? It's okay if you don't want to share also.
And the Jeremy Tamil.
Okay, it's okay. So moving on, who are the most influential person in your life, lah? Is there anyone?
Like for me, ngay ay. Tele ay.
That time you said
Ay tele.
your
Ngay may coach, Korean coach like Sung Jelly. He's the one.
What about your Nichu?
Nichini di kungi dalis.
So could you tell our audience more like why are they the most influential person in your life, lah?
For me, like my ay biwajin di mo kasingo kachina bira strong dale momogi ladi kasingo once start bishim neti kazum bira end bira biwa and they like maybe more hardworking and
she has a strong commitment towards what she wants to do, Mola, and she not only promises but also delivers. What about your Korean coach, lah?
Korean coach, kogi like tangachi mentally down jo ansum dun, they kogi ansum inspired them like kogi match never match in love dalu like never strong team in love that singachi mentally as weak jam like kogi any video this year ba the video tiong la
motivational videos,
like video maram motivational video this then and they motivate this play inspire.
So he acts like some of a motivational cushion type who constantly motivates you and keeps you at a high level, And what about your Nichu?
My Nichu ni like nga kazum jura the once they are injured jo ansum bere kimi asim next time try be kachingo chi jesu pansum bere pyola kumi de nga kazum jura support be bere dem.
So hearing about your Nichu's story, Mola, you said that they motivate you to play football, Mola, previously. So could you talk about more about that now? Why are your Nichu's main aspect that motivates you to play football?
Like kumya gashingo ngasumbera se kono me bate. But kumgi di like the puski di mamra overcome competitive too.
I do understand that.
Tele kungkung ragyane himasu tele tangaji bumni das advantage to bade. As this to look the advantage to and bindi like kung bimasu midi ngai besu to and bindi kung motivate.
You also said that you previously, prior to the interview, Mola, you said that they want to watch you on the TV. How do you like feel when they say that, lah?
Kung gachingbo da nga TV na tungdo kungi ansum nang like ajim chi football se deme like nga che football se be tele TV na tago nei tunggo nei ansum nang.
Quite adorable storyline. Something cute there, like family members cheering for each other. So moving on lah. I'm sorry, I have to ask you lah. What is your ideal date lah?
Tanga ideal date soccer match tawal kinige.
Soccer match with a popcorn mo. Quite match, it's quite fun mo lah. Which specific match would you go lah?
Like putan na imbachin ding achigi PUB Premier League ra.
Wait, is it like you want to see Timpu versus Paro? What about in America or out country na watching?
Out country na watching like City da Real Madrid tiste dalo.
Okay.
Like Kongi match tiste. Kongi match.
You want to go to them? Historical any stadiums to witness those matches lah. So I asked all of the players mala, what is your pre-game ritual lah?
Like ngal pre-game ritual se mila.
Pre-game ritual? You don't have?
Me.
You don't like them sulu pray bini mi?
Asar biong lah. Like ngagi I love tele ay biong nagarang ngai di yam chibin mila.
Yeah, on that Mamigi topic, do you want to talk more about your mother?
Like ngai mom ngai ay di biachin di she's sometimes supportive. Tele reaching up the support me bila.
Do you want to like elaborate on that, or do you want to keep it at that point lah?
Gaspas din ngai ay di support mami miti once nga injured like match be injured job 10 month teaching injured job re anale ay support ma bila tele pinche disi lepchira tele lukti mo support bin
so only factor is that Kishlo you got injured mola and that's when your mom Kishlo was worried about your health ki worry baby so she did not Kishlo encourage you to pursue soccer mola. Now moving on la, what if you weren't a football player, what do you have any night key ritual?
Night key like training at around training.
So simple, you train and then you go to bed and like clean up bed then you now like the best compliment that you have ever gotten while playing in your football career la.
Like best compliment la I char disigi che strong kachingo da che like kungi ngai strong se sing strong che doi mo lang rus disigi.
And on the topic about that, what do you call it? How do you make your improvement in yourself as a football player?
Improvement ding I like tangai charu disigi nga game se kungi game tamu game ta betele laula che dare lishum te wachin che ansum te lishum te tele improve chon me ansum no tele da ngai mistake be wachin che ana mistake be me tele like ngai most of the time mistake labura ngai most of the time di tackle be mate tengai char disigi che tackle ma be ansum nang mo tele ngai andi driving la to step kasi every time ngai tackle be ni driving mate te char disigi ma be cherale injured me tele ro opinion ya injured me ansum nang mate then bin de ngai an driving.
So your friend play a very important role in your improvement mala. What about like the coaches and also using the VAR, videos to correct yourself na?
Like video ding coaches disigi like kongi after game and mate after game la next day na kongi game te chabe next day na ani video analysis be mate tele an time na coaches disigi ani mistake this long tele an correct pin try improve finish.
So you lean more towards your friends as well as to the newer technologies. Now, like for all Mola, do you see like football, women's football specifically, as an viable career option for the youngsters down there in the audience?
Tomilante.
Could you
like-
explain that?
Hema Biochinti and some ro senior dusuna ani kachingo da senior lappe mai and some ro the salary jimin dictate Hema dan some jinza matanga that the ro salary decision job this so the football jam jimin so ne jinza toila
So you think it's a viable option in there for all the youngsters So now we have come to the end. Mola, do you want to say anything to your audience or your fans about your club or anything about yourself?
Thank you for supporting our club and me as well for everyone.
Thank you. She's really, really grateful for all the supports that your audience and not only that her parents give her. Mola, she said it in the pre-podcast interview. And before we end this podcast, Mola, if you want to support the women's football or football in general, Mola, we BFF merchandise, Mola, like this cool shirt and hoodies, Mola, and all the proceeds will go to improving women's football or football in general. So please, the information would be down in the description below,